Alright, so for Mega Venusaur, I should probably go with this Pokemon here, who's like double super effective against you. Yoink. EXP candy. Yeah, I assume we're going to be seeing a familiar face at all of these. Man, I can't get over the world of NPCs all just standing still. And the fact that this is a downgrade from... When did Pokemon games start having NPCs at least walking back and forth and like turning and stuff? Was it the original Red and Blue or did it come later? I haven't played enough of the original Red and Blue to know. But like, you know, everyone just standing around like fent zombies is certainly something. I need a taxi over here. What the hell do you want me to do about it? Taxis are a great way to reach a place you've never visited before. Once you get there, you'll have a new travel spot for the future. You obtain 20 Mega Shards. Okay. The driver's chatter can be real hit or miss, though, and you're stuck sitting through it. I mean, what if you just tell your driver to shut up? Like, some people walk once in a blue moon. You know, very basically. Alright, where the... Wait. Oh, I'm looking at that objective marker there. This Venusaur's over here somewhere. You know, all the Venusaur forms are just some sort of... just sort of mushed into a Resident Evil abomination in my head. I do remember seeing the Gigantamax Venusaur. I don't remember what it looks like anymore either. But thinking that it looked basically the same as Mega Venusaur. I could be completely wrong about that. I could be getting false memories here, but I remember thinking that, at least. I'd have to actually look at them to see if I still feel the same. Here, let me interrupt my talking to give you this shit as a gift despite not knowing you. Did you know you can take a taxi to, reach distant places? Here, take these rocks in my pocket. Okay. If you find by my side, I'm sure we'll be able to save that poor Venusaur. Sure, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, man. Just making sure the print still looks okay. Which I'm actually going to go a little bit closer and double check. Because I was trying to print a few different models of Dragon yesterday. And every single one of them failed on me. Like 4 or 5 times in a row. I'd have one piece that got loose and then the whole print fails. So I was getting rather frustrated with my printer yesterday. This model is a little bit more forgiving. The pieces are a bit bigger. I was trying to do a lot more fine detail ones when I was trying to print yesterday. Which is why I figured this was a bit of a safer one for stream. But I'm just going to double check it real quick. Looking good. Doesn't look like anything's coming loose. Looks like we're good. I just want to double check these things because I'm a little bit paranoid after yesterday. Wow, I can't even cleanly move my chair across the little plastic mat thingamabob here anymore because it is so destroyed from my going back and forth that's like breaking apart. And it's not flat ground that I'm rolling over anymore. This room is carpet, so I have to put one of those little plastic things to help chairs roll easier over carpeted floor. Desks. Having you here to help sure is a relief. Venusaur's types are grass and poison. I bet you already know what that makes it weak to. Concentration of Mega Power in your vicinity is rising rapidly. Warning, Rogue Mega Evolution is imminent. I'm ready to handle it. Oh, did I want to do custom music again with you fighting by my side? I'm sure we'll be able to save that poor Venusaur. You know what I'm going to do, since we were talking about it before. Let's see here. Pokemon Duel OST Don Roger. Because it's so good, man. God, get these gross sounds out of my ears. Well, Gigantamax Venusaur. Okay, yeah, that. I remember looking at that for, like, sampling colors. Why can't I open my menu, damn it? Oh, because plus does nothing here. It has to be X. Stop that. Yeah, for those that aren't familiar with the Pokemon Duel OST. So good. If it loads up here. That is so loud. Quiet down. I said quiet. Okay. Yeah, so this was basically the final boss in the story they had finished so far in what existed of Pokemon Duel plotline before they, you know, abandoned it and didn't make any more of it. Like, it is such a jam. I didn't turn it down too much, did I? Here, something like that. It's loud. Loud and proud. It's so good. What is Pokemon Duel? Did you ever hear about the Pokemon figure game by chance? I don't think most people have. I think it's one of those niche things that most people have never heard of. But in, like, the early 2000s, they had a Pokemon figure game. So there was the video games, there was the card game, and there was the figure game where you had like actual figures that you were like moving around a battlefield and stuff. And you would spin like a little spinner to see what kind of move you get, what the outcome is in a battle. And sometime in the 2010s, like around 2016, something like that, they decided to bring it back as an app, as a free app, essentially. So while the figure game never really got super far in real life, since, you know, the figures were expensive to produce and weren't selling enough to, like, justify making it, they decided they would turn it into an app. So you would play against, like, other real people, moving around, like, a very basic battlefield with, like, your figures, trying to capture your opponent's goal. So, like, if two Pokemon collided along the course, you would immediately go into a battle, and then each person spins a spinner on their Pokemon, and maybe I get like a takedown for 80 damage, and they roll tackle for 60 damage. Then I win, their figure is knocked off the board, like they're out, and then I get to, like, you know, progress into the space that I was trying to progress into. Or let's say I roll like tackle for 20 damage, and they roll a miss. There's always like a red section that's a miss. And, you know, you can upgrade your figures to make the miss section smaller and make the actual good moves bigger. And, you know, you roll a miss, you're just kind of screwed there. You kind of lose, assuming they didn't get, like, maybe they got a status move or something like that. I don't remember what there was for status moves. I think it was all just, like, basic attack kind of things. And there was, like, effects that you could stack up. Like, the early meta of Pokemon Duel used to be triple Reuniclus, because it used to be that, like, the move damage would get buffed if you had, like, multiple Reuniculuses, like, adjacent to one another. So the damage would just get buffed up so high that, like, no one could win against the Reuniculuses. And right when I finally saved up to get, like, I never spent any real money in the game, but right when I finally saved up enough in-game money to, get myself my triple Reuniclus build, they nerfed it, like, the week later to the ground, and then triple Reuniclus wasn't the meta anymore. But you would have 6 figures, and you could put them onto the field. And, you know, as they get knocked out, they go out. But you could only have a maximum of 2 knocked out at a time. So, like, you can have a maximum of 6 figures on the field. But the moment you have 2 knocked out, then you've got a maximum of 4 on the field for the entire rest of the game. Because if you have 2 knocked out, and then another one is knocked out, then it, like, cycles them. Where it's, like, the one that's been knocked out the longest is shifted back to your bench, where you can put them back on the field again. So, you know, you start out being able to play technically 6 Pokemon at once, but are brought down to eventually 4. And it was always, like, just the same basic battlefield where it's like you can go down the left or right passage, and you can take, like, a kind of X-shaped route through the middle or whatever it was, and you had to capture, like, the opponent's, like, actual goal. So you would set up, like, a couple of your figures defensively on, like, your actual goal, and then, like, a couple corners there, trying to send out, like, some main ones to attack. I think different figures could move at different speeds, so, like, the really heavyweight, like, big hitter ones could usually only move, like, 1 tile at a time, so usually you would use them defensively rather than offensively. And then there was, like, really fast ones that can move, like, 3 tiles at a time and, like, jump across the map. But the trouble is they wouldn't hit very hard. They would have, like, low damage moves, and the big guys would usually be able to destroy them. But it would be great for, like, holding down certain points. And it was always the corners next to your goal where you could deposit Pokemon from your bench. So, like, essentially your goal is here, and then, like, your 2 corners are kind of where you could put Pokemon from your bench onto the field. So if you got your opponent's corners with your own figures, they're kind of screwed because you cut off their reinforcements. So from there, like, if they've just got 1 Pokemon on their goal, they kind of have to, you know, move off their goal and try to take back one of their corners so that they can get Pokemon off their bench again. So, like, there was some strategy that went into it and all that. Like, it was still a pretty basic game. Like, I basically summed up the whole thing, most likely. But, you know, it was a basic kind of fun thing, like, very simple gameplay loop, but some good fun to be had as you're trying to, like, do you want to, like, tunnel vision going right for your opponent's goal? Do you want to, like, take it slow and cut off their reinforcements so that you, like, slowly drown them out here? Stay on guard. Wow. So, like, there was ways that you could go about it. But eventually they took down the servers. When can I open my menu? I've been mashing it for a while. So, they had, like, a single-player campaign where you went up against CPU opponents. And this was basically the final boss of the story they had so far. So they had, like, a story that you were experiencing. And you went up against Don Roger here. And that was, like, part 1 of the story that was done. And they said that the other parts would come later. And never did. They never released later parts. And eventually they shut down the servers for Pokemon Duel. So Pokemon Duel isn't around anymore. Can't be playing it anymore. But it was pretty good, and the music was really jamming in general. Like, here, listen to phase 2 of this same theme. So whenever you got close to your opponent's goal, it would play the more intense battle. So this is the theme that would play like when you got close to Don Rogers' goal, where it's like, hey, it's the same theme, but it's like more fast and intense now. Is what it was. But yeah. I mean, there's probably been several mobile Pokemon games that have been shut down, but yeah, it was shut down indeed. But yeah. But yeah, it was a tabletop figure war game there. Is what it was. But yeah, I had fun playing Pokemon Duel when I was in high school. I had some fun with that. Whoa! You missed me. But yeah. Music was really good. I really love the Pokemon Duel OST. So I'll always be sad that they never finished the story with Pokemon Duel. Because I was so excited to see what the later music would be like. Because the music that they already had was amazing. You know. So, here, Psyshock. More of those brambles, try to clear them out as you fight. No thanks. I'm good, I think. Some poison stuff there. No, I don't need to target the brambles. Here, Mega Evolve. Oh, I'm poisoned. Maybe I can stop being poisoned. Here. The antidote, please. But yeah. If I just look up Pokemon Duel OST in general and find like a playlist or something, those are my favorite themes in the Pokemon Duel OST, but there's some really good ones in there. Like, even just the main menu is a bit of a bop. Or was it the main menu or yeah, this is what I'm thinking of here. So it's like when you're between games and you're managing your Pokemon and editing your teams and all that stuff and thinking about whether you want to queue into another game. This is the theme that you'd be hearing. You know, it's some chill times. It's some chill vibes. It makes you feel motivated to go through those menus and set up your team. At least it did for me. You know, it's a bit of a bop. Is what I think, at least. Wow, that was close. Can I open my menu, please? Can I open my menu, please? Can I please open my menu? Any day now. I've been mashing. Oh my god. Oh. I don't know why it takes so long to open the menu in this game. It's unreal. Okay, that. Okay, maybe now we try to win here. Thought Pokemon Go was their first main mobile game, not counting minor stuff like Pokemon Jump, I think it was called, out more of them just dipping in their toes and nothing serious. No, they would have had apps before even Pokemon Duel. I just don't remember off the top of my head what they are right now. But they definitely had them before that point. But yeah, Pokemon Duel was certainly something. Venusaurite, one of a variety of mysterious Mega Stones. A Venusaur holding the stone will be able to Mega Evolve during battle. I'm pretty sure. Because I think I had another Pokemon app on my phone at the time. Or maybe I'm just thinking other Nintendo apps. Maybe I'm thinking, I don't know. You did great, Florence. No surprise there. But geez, these rogue Pokemon keep getting stronger and stronger. Absolutely marvelous. The way the two of you worked in tandem to effortlessly subdue the rogue Pokemon. Yeah, you might actually be right. I don't know. Maybe I'm going crazy here. Might have to look it up at some point. Yes, your combined strength is exactly what I've been looking for. Omaiwanu, Shinderu. Nani? Oh, the species top tier competition. The Super Tournage de Yahiti will not be complete without Tani and Florence on the roster. I do hope the two of you come to Hotel Rishishime as soon as possible. Otherwise, I will have no choice but to keep haunting you for all eternity. Adieu. Is it delayed? I think it's literally just the game where the sound effects sound slightly delayed. Haunting us, she says. And I'm sure she means it too. Florence, be careful. I know I will. Well. Main mission 29, a rogue Mega Venusaur. A rogue Mega Evolved Pokemon successfully pacified. There are 2 remaining Pokemon at risk of undergoing a rogue Mega Evolution. Well, I mean, honestly, I haven't seen anyone talk about Mario Run for a long time, despite the fact that it's still probably the most major Nintendo app still. The only other one would be Mario Kart, whatever it's called. The most major Nintendo app right now is Fire Emblem Heroes. You have any idea how much revenue Fire Emblem Heroes makes? I don't know off the top of my head, but I know it's a shit ton. I don't know. Let's go after Frostless next. Why not? Yeah, let's go ahead and give an item to hold. But I do know that Fire Emblem Heroes makes them a lot of money. And then they tried to release Fire Emblem Shadows, but I don't think that game has made them a ton of money. I think that in the first couple weeks there was a report saying it made like 50K or something like that, which is still a lot of money for that quality of game. But hey, there, look at that. My 3 starter Pokemon all have Mega Stones. And I have one of my Pokemon back here that can Mega Evolve, who might well be the strongest in my party there. But yeah, the power of Horny runs Nintendo Mobile, honestly. The power of Horny, I have no doubt, makes them a shit ton of money with Fire Emblem Heroes there. Like, especially when you consider, like, all the seasonal stuff where it's like, what are we gonna have our characters dressed up as in now with our seasonal variants? The skill description lengths in Fire Emblem Heroes nowadays is the most comically long thing ever. You want to find out how a single skill works? Be prepared to read frickin' War and Peace. How the heck do I get up there? Like, I only know from that very brief time that I played a little bit of Fire Emblem Heroes on this channel, like, right after I did that Fire Emblem Shadows showcase, just for the sake of seeing what Heroes is like nowadays, and showing some of the stuff that I had back when. And, my god, when I pulled that, what was it, a modern variant of Claude, or something like that? And the skill description length was unreal. I saw a post recently where someone posted the skill description of Emblem Corrin, because apparently that was a recent release. The thing's like 2 full phone screens long for like the weapon description or something like that. It's ridiculous. Why can't be used right now? Why? Because of this mound or something? I don't get it. Yep, I agree. I agree there. Gacha game's bad. Gacha game's bad. Online gambling bad. All that stuff there. How the hell do I mean, even if I went up there, there's no guarantee that I'd be able to go across. So there's gotta be some other way. Like, maybe not necessarily there, but I don't know, man. Skill issue, truly. Oh, look, a required side quest. Is it probably, do you think? You think I do this side quest or something like that? It opens up the... oh, it's probably you, isn't it? But the question is, do I need to get up there to get across? Because I don't actually see a clear way across if I'm on that building. So it's probably some other building that I have to get up. Such as 100% orange juice has a gacha for getting new items. What? 100% orange juice? What now? How, what does that mean? They remove all the gacha from the Mario Kart game? I didn't even realize that that game had gacha in the first place. I knew that that game had absurd prices, where it's like, for $40, you can unlock Diddy Kong, you know? I knew about stuff like that. But I didn't think that there was any gacha mechanics in it. I knew the prices were absurd. Where it's like, you know, with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you can buy the DLC of like 48 courses for $40. Or in Mario Kart Tour, whatever it was called, for $40, you can buy Diddy Kong. Ooh, you know. But yeah, let's see here. Problem is probably too balanced around gacha to do that too, though. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to remove the gacha from Fire Emblem Heroes. Wouldn't be able to do that. And yeah, you gotta very much have power creep with the gacha mechanics in a game like that. So like Fire Emblem Heroes, like absolutely power creep there. If I ever booted up like my old file from back when and tried to, you know, do stuff in the game nowadays, ooh, I'd be so out of luck. There's no way. Maybe it wasn't gacha, it was just removing the price tag on everything, I don't know. Knowing Nintendo, the price tags are probably still absurd. But yeah, 100% OJ is actually decent gacha though. Is the orange juice the name of some gacha that I've never heard about? Please pick up the item without talking to this guy. Oh. Didn't even have to press a button to pick it up. Nice. Okay. I am very confused about how the heck I get up to find Frostless. I don't really like these puzzles of figuring out how to reach the Rogue Mega Evolved Pokemon. It's literally just circle around buildings until you find the one place that happens to give you a way up. The one specific spot. Just do a circumference until you find the spot up. I think this might actually just be a mandatory side quest. Because I think that... Yeah, that totally does get over there. So even if this one isn't a mandatory side quest, I'm thinking that this one is. Because I don't see another way up. I guess I haven't checked around this way yet, but... Oh, man. What are you looking at? Let me guess, you want to use this Holovator? Well, too bad. This is my favorite Holovator. You're going to insist on using it. What, you have the privilege to turn it into a big blocked-off Holovator? How do you have the power to do that, dude? I've got no choice but to battle you. Maybe it's just a battle. My favorite Holovator, sure. They removed almost all the monetization a while back. They made an announcement about getting rid of the predatory pricing in it. Really? Come talk to me when you're ready. If you've got the nerve to face me in battle, that is. I don't know. Tactical alligator. Or actually, sure, this almost been really sweeping some people. You're dead set on using my Holovator. Then we gotta have a Pokemon battle. Sure, I guess. You better be ready to lose. Been too long for me to remember the specifics, and I never played it. Yeah, I've never played it either. Challenged by the rest of the Kit Grunt. Sent out Trubbish. Okay, well, maybe I will switch Pokemon for the type advantage here. I don't know. Is maybe what I'll do. Nope, didn't quite dodge that. No, not the poison, man. Here, just nuke the trash. And then Roselia. Alright, well, this is still a great matchup here. Go ahead and do that. Flamethrower. Okay, nice. I'm still taking damage here. Mawile. This is still a great matchup. Super Flamethrower. Oh, that was close. Good thing there wasn't a poison tick there. Wow, now that was uplifting. I am so sorry for my behavior. I had no idea you were so strong. I sincerely apologize for my rudeness. Now, as I mentioned, I'm rather fond of this particular Holovator, but I insist that you use it. 1,000,000 times if need be. My favorite Holovator, complete. Okay, don't worry, I'll keep an eye on things so that you can go up and down as you please. I gotta heal now before the Frostless battle. So let me just dip on over here really quickly and heal up.